Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I did a thing and I wanted to share it because I thought maybe it's useful to people. I had a project recently that I needed to 3D print really large, and I just cheated it, which I've done lots and lots of times. If you know me and you know how I like to print my things, I don't care about the quality so much. I mean, it has to be okay, but if I have some cleanup to do, it doesn't faze me in the slightest, because there's this weird cutoff of, like, even if I print it really, really well and it's like a really great print, there's still a level of cleanup that has to be done to make it really finished. And when that level of cleanup takes this long, and to clean up a lot more only takes it that long, I would rather just print something way faster and then do a little extra cleanup so I have the part sooner, then I can work on it. So anyway, I printed this giant thing for somebody the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna try to do some droid parts like this because I have a list of droid pieces I need to make. So I was like, I'm gonna try some like this. I've done similar things in the past. This one I'm pushing it to the limit here. I did full set here. I got a right leg, calf and thigh, and a full left leg, calf and thigh, fully printed. All this stuff, all of this is for CZ3 here that I'm working on. These are screen accurate from a scan of the real costume. So they're, it's a New Hope style, doesn't have the little teeth on the knees and so forth. I printed all this stuff in 36 hours on my CR10 S5 with a 0.8 millimeter nozzle. So 2 full freaking droid legs here, which I'll put down. Show them again, just so you can see the scale. And I used less than 1 roll of filament. All right, the last piece finished, the shin, minus these little end caps here, but we got the last big piece. And this is how much filament is left. A pretty decent amount here for doing some small parts. And that is a full set of legs on 1 roll of filament. So I'm using some cheap filament, probably like $17. So I probably spent 16 bucks in material to print 2 entire legs. And again, 36 hours of print time. That's it. Now, the way I did this is I printed these completely hollow. You could probably hear, they sound crazy. You can hear the little hairs on the top. I'll show that in a second. Totally hollow. 1 perimeter layer. Super thin walls. That's it. 1 vertical layer on the outside, so it just is almost like printing in vase mode. I just printed 1 layer just to get the shape, and I think I did 2 or 3 layers on the bottom surfaces, and I did 4 layers, I think, on the top surfaces, just so when you have an area that bridges, it has a little bit of extra meat there. Not a lot, but just a little. And look, I got the whole shape. So everything's here. It's real lightweight. Now, for the way that I make these, I'm going to fiberglass the inside of them anyway. So even if I printed them at a heavier setting, a little bit thicker, stronger setting, they're going to get fiberglass. Like how I did RA7 here. This is printed in fiberglass, and it's printed a little thicker than this. Maybe like, this is probably 2 millimeters thick, and then fiberglass. And this is probably less than 1 millimeter thick. But it's going to get fiberglass, so the thickness doesn't matter much. If anything, it just adds extra weight because there's going to be fiberglass in the back of it. I treat the 3D part of this, the plastic 3D stuff, as my gel coat. So instead of having like a brush up layer of gel coat, like when you do fiberglass, I have a plastic layer of printer material. There's no infill to worry about, so you don't have to worry about it getting hot and getting deformed or anything. Once the fiberglass is in there, it just becomes part of a fiberglass part. But what else is probably really useful in this is if you're just making display things that are going to sit on a shelf and you just need the form there. Let's say you're doing a convention and you want to have like a droid display and you have a bunch of pieces. Instead of printing them, spending like 45, 50 hours, 60 hours of print per piece, you could just bang some pieces out like this, paint them real quick, and throw them in the Jawa junk pile or whatever. I mean, it's a super useful thing, and I mean, they look fine. Again, there's no side discs on these yet. Those are going to get printed separately. But I mean, the whole form is there. 36 hours for 2 whole legs. I think that's pretty good. But I just wanted to share that because I thought it was useful. I'm trying to think of anything else with settings. I guess orientation. So I set them, you know, you see I cut the end off here. I'll talk about this in 1 second. So cut the end off so it could stand on end. And the same on this one. I sliced this, just sits flat like this. Prints the whole thing. And my CR10 S5, the whole thing fits. There's no, the entire piece fits in one shot. Now, where you have some issue is like on the top. You see that like stringy crap here? There's no infill to hold it up. Doesn't matter. This is going to get all cut out, so I don't care. But what I did is I took the models and I sealed them all up. So, you know, when I printed this, I just closed everything in. So it's just one piece. That way you can control all your thickness settings in the slicing software as opposed to having to go in and dial the thickness of the piece and then, you know, do that. Now, if this was too thin, I could always go into the slicer and just add another perimeter layer and print it again. Not even really change anything. I just saved out the whole file. I can make an adjustment and print it again if I need to. So it saves a lot of hassle on the end of modeling too. You just make a solid piece, print it. Hey, if it needs to be heavier, you just print it again. And the fact I sliced this top, you can see I kind of lost some of the side. It does not matter because there's a disc that goes over this, and this whole back piece gets trimmed out, so this front piece gets trimmed for the wearing. So what I cut here doesn't matter. But that's how I did it. Basically, flat like this on the bed, printed the whole thing, no problem. I did use a little bit of support material on this one, just on the arches here, just to make sure that this front had a little bit of support and would print properly, but that was it. So yeah, I'll trim these, and maybe I'll do another video once I start to fiberglass them so you can see kind of what I do, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Anyway, hope that's useful to some of you, and let me know if you've tried this and if you had good results or bad results, and then and yeah, we'll be good to go from there. By the way, this is PLA Plus, so if you're wondering what kind of printer material, PLA Plus, it's going to be fiberglass, so it does not matter. I've got stuff that's 5, 6, 7 years old now, printed in PLA, that's held up just fine. So people who are like, oh, it can't be, it's not strong enough, it'll be fine. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'll let you kids get back to whatever you're doing. Have fun. See you soon. Later.